So before this patch, Molotovs would do 1,000 damage to a biocore. Now with the most recent patch, are you ready to see how much damage Valerie can do? Let's take a peek.
Destroy them all.
Hello everyone, my name is SwingPoynt and welcome to Resident Evil Resistance. This is the multiplayer game bundled with Resident Evil 3. And today we got a lot to talk about with Valerie. There was a new patch recently, and it introduced a bunch of new stuff, including the new prison map, including new equipment, new balance changes, a whole bunch of stuff. And it made Valerie the most psycho, inferno-loving monster that we've ever seen her. So I'm going to tell you why that is. So let's take a look at her skills, her equipment, her everything. And then I'll show you a match that we did during our Twitch live streams, twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. The link's in the description. We stream there every night. And pretty much all we did all night was just win and not try that hard, because what they did to Valerie is ridiculous. Or what they did for Valerie, I should say, is ridiculous. They didn't do a whole lot to Valerie. They just really helped her out. So really the only thing that they did directly to Valerie with this patch was they made it so she has 1,100 health instead of 1,200. Oh, but let me tell you, this equipment that they added in, it's disgusting. So let's go over her skills. This is very, very, very similar to the Infinite Molotov Valerie. Honestly, it's all the same skills, it's just different equipment. And to give you an idea of how Infinite Molotov Valerie works, basically all you gotta do is go into her explosive knowledge passive and get counterattack. This makes it so it says, removes stock limits for Valerie on the explosives sold in the armory. So from the beginning of the game, she can buy as many flashbangs, Molotovs, grenades as her umbrella credits can spare. Okay? No limits. And let me tell you, that's a recipe for disaster. We also have debuff on here in case you ever need to debuff a Daniel or an Annette or pretty much anybody running any sort of enhancer. I have creatures on right now, but I'm kind of thinking about traps because I feel like traps are becoming more important now that creatures are becoming less important. But I still have creatures on for her survival instinct personal skill. And then I always like to run a remedy over spray gun, especially since they nerfed spray gun. I like having remedy because it heals poison. Also, if it gets interrupted, it doesn't remove your cooldown. It just goes ahead and you can just try to press the button again to use your ult. If you have spray gun on and you start using it, and then you get hit by like an explosion or Mr. X or a zombie, you'll get knocked out of your spray gun and then you have to wait 120 seconds to use it again. So I like running remedy. But now let's talk about the meat of what happened here with this build. So they introduced new equipment in this patch. And this build is all about that new equipment. And I'm going to give you the numbers behind this new equipment. This whole build is going to function off of decoder and H2 canister. So if you want to get the max amount of damage, you would run all H2 canisters and then probably something that buffs up the damage from your yellow herbs. But we're going to kind of take a little bit more of a middle ground because I went and I looked at the numbers and the slightly variations of each of these decoder and H2 canisters are kind of underwhelming. But the greatly versions of them are super ridiculous. So let's go over the numbers. So basically, in case you're not familiar with this new equipment, H2 canister makes it so your Molotov and grenade damage goes up, which blows my mind because one of the things we've always said is that grenades are really, really strong, and then they made that better. Decoder makes it so that the cost of stuff in the umbrella chest where, you know, buy your guns and your ammo and your grenades, Decoder makes it so those things are cheaper, which also blows my mind because one of the things we always talk about on stream is how the survivors have too many resources. So they took two of the things that made survivors so ridiculous and they made them more ridiculous. So I don't know what they were thinking, but they did it. So let's make a video about it. So if you take a look at H2 canister here, what made this really easy for me is that Molotovs do 1,000 damage to a biocore and flashbangs have a 100 cost of credits. So doing the math is really simple here. So if you have H2 canister 3, it will increase your Molotov damage by 40%. There's nothing in this game that does anything like that. 40% increased damage. That's just one of them. Just one. H2 canister 2 increases it by 24%. And H2 canister 1 increases it by 8%. Now let's go on to decoder. Make everything cheaper, right? As if they needed that. So let's go on over to decoders here. What do I have written down? So decoder 3 decreases the cost of things in the armory by 14%. Decoder 2 decreases the cost by 10%. And decoder 1 decreases it by only 4%. So, if we're gonna run this build, the whole point is that your Molotovs are gonna be really strong, and you're gonna be able to buy a bunch of them because they're gonna be cheap. So effectively, we are going to be getting with this build, what is it, 40 and 24, you're gonna be getting 64% increased Molotov damage, and your Molotovs are gonna be 24% cheaper. So Molotovs effectively with this build only cost 60. With counterattack, you can buy as many as you want. And H2 canister, they're super, super strong. Now, to add on top of this, Valerie, of all people, also has her scan. And her scan does a 20% damage buff. So, take your Molotov at 1,000 base damage and basically just give it an extra 20% just because she's Valerie. So instead of 1,000 damage, they always do 1,200 damage. So then take that 1,200, you know what? Add a yellow herb on top of it. Actually, the way that works, base damage, then you eat your yellow herb, and then the scan adds after that. So resulting in 1,000 base damage, extra 30% from the yellow herb, add 20% on top of that, and then that gives you a base damage of 1560 per Molotov on a core. Now, the scan always comes in last. So, really what we got going on is we have 1,000 damage, multiply that by 1.64, and then take that and multiply that by 1.3, and then take that number and multiply that by 1.2. So basically you're doing like 2,500 damage per Molotov to a core, and that's just cores. Cores, it's so hard to crit a core. You throw this thing on a liquor, it does like 5,300 damage, and the poor thing's just sitting there scratching at the air, doesn't know what the heck just happened to it. And then you can just throw another one in case that wasn't enough. Let's say you run into HP a net. You can go full HP on a net and just be like, boop, boop, and the freaking lickers die. I don't know what went into this decision, but here we are. Valerie's a monster. So, here's a video from our Twitch streams of me discovering how much of a monster Valerie really is.
See what science can give us.
Like, you almost kind of wonder if you want to use your Molotovs against her.
This is...
Oh, there's that damage we were looking for. Everybody's rejoicing about Yataveo, and then they realize they can just throw 3 mollies at him and kill him. Yeah, we're gonna lose this match.
You read books. You know that your chances of survival are nil.
Life may not be easy, provided only that it is not empty. Life may not be easy, provided only that it is not empty.
Oh, they're over there. I thought they were coming right at the door.
Reconsider. You don't have to activate that.
I mean, if she's gonna run buffs, I should get a Matilda so I can debuff.
Locking doors.
Even though it's really fun to go ahead and just have a lot of Molotovs.
If it's here,
I should be a little more responsible. You read books. Come on, give me another one. Guys, you're not picking anything up. Send a poster Valerie build. Save us.
No. I do not think he will be using this route.
gotta be something useful here.
He's just very loud, isn't he?
Your continued efforts only place humanity in greater danger.
Oh, you're not dead. I thought you were dead. I saw that plus 10 and I thought that was for him.
I might be able to see something.
Sup?
I cannot sit idly by while you attempt to use that. Another
Big thing is
path
people's got to pick up
fades
credits
away
for me.
from you.
Healing spray ready when we need it.
Fortifying virus? Yeah. I haven't really tried noxious compound
have a
yet.
closer
Don't know
look.
anything about it. TBH. Man, my frame rate's just been bad today. Like,
This
I gotta
will
restart
be
the game
over
again?
soon. Do not expect me to simply watch you escape.
maximum twerk. One really interesting change that I noticed was that Sniper P.E.K.K.A can't stunlock lickers anymore.
Checking.
That's like one of those little sneaky changes they put in there.
I need to buy some time. Brutish. Sufficient for this task, I believe.
Oh,
There are
he has
more
0
of
on
you
his head.
alive than my
Level 1 Jill, I need you to bring it over here, girl.
You may be slightly nearer to freedom, but I will not, cannot let you reach it.
Happy birthday. Well, thanks for the belated birthday wish. I
I might be
appreciate
able
that.
to see something.
Yeah, if you had like a dedicated person doing doing umbrella
These creatures
pickups
should never have been
with
made.
this, that'd be crazy.
But at least they prove useful here.
I think I'm gonna try to save my Molotovs here a little bit for big boy stuff. Or this. This works too.
Useful here.
5,300 damage?
Take its key if it must. I still have time to stop you.
Checking.
We must put an end to this terrible chapter.
The frame rate's been terrible today.
Is this
I think Lincoln's got a lot of health. Sorry, team.
If it's here, I'll find it.
You are only delaying the end.
Are they gonna throw? Am I the only one that bought stuff? Yep. Hopefully they just leave then. Jill's trying to fight it. So yeah, Jill and Martin are super brand new, especially Jill.
Why don't you just die?
Oh. It's like, where'd it go? Oh, I got a minigun. Cool.
Accept your demise.
So Net's doing pretty good. We got half our team that's brand new. I'd say she's doing pretty good. Only 2.5 minutes left, and I can't really seem to get over there to help. It's really obvious teammates don't know what's going on. Joe ran all the way back to the spawn.
How do you know this was all foretold?
Ooh, good save.
Let's have a closer look.
Yeah, Martin's like not picking these up, and yeah, they don't really know what's going on yet.
This'll teach him to make jokes about my name.
Man, that poor butt. That's a hurty butthole. Wow, she's running thick zombies for sure. Like, man, my frame rate. Like, these are super thick zombies. How much does grenade equipment increase? I don't know. Seems like a lot, though.
I am surprised you have come this far. I shall revise my strategy.
Screw it. Let's test it. You got something for me here? Oh, you do. Better than nothing. So Sam's the higher ranked player here out of everyone. He knows how to play. I'm kind of waiting on him.
You'll all be like,
I will handle this myself.
If it's here, I'll find it.
Gonna need to break it or something.
Can't snipe that across the map anymore. So she's just trying to get that all buffed up in there, and smart. I'm gonna have to bust a couple mollies out here.
I might be able to see something.
I don't know why he's just punching. I don't agree with that. I never agree with that. Didn't seem like she had concentrated enhancer, but you can definitely tell she had to back her liquors off because of... Oh wow, I got a ton of credit suddenly. You can definitely tell she had to back her liquors off because of the new starting area. Fresh blood affects liquors, does it? In what way? Are they more likely to like pounce or something?
Got a locked door here.
You think he's worth? No, I'm not gonna run across the map for it. Wait, is this not it right here? Oh, it's over here.
William, you can still help me.
I'm so scared. My hearing is acute. I can...
Grab.
really seems shocking how well these work.
Martin, you got a flash, or somebody's gotta throw something. Or just clear the core, that's smart too.
You may be feeling
That's a smart move as well.
but I will not stand idly by.
I don't know what Jill's been doing this whole time, to be honest. Hanging out.
You will all end like this.
It's gotta be over here. Yep. There's Jill. No, it's Sam. Never mind.
How is this possible?
How is this possible? I don't know. We're just chilling, bro.
I think I got.
Sam was really smart there. That was a good move on Sam's part. Proud of him for that one.
Let's have a closer
He's like, you
look.
know what? I'm gonna use this as time for me to go ahead and clear the core. It's a very good move on his part.
William, help me finish this.
Oh, he hit the door.
Scary if they weren't so scary. There's gotta
Now it will be easier to end this.
I'm gonna time this out a little bit. There we go. Everybody in. Come on, Jill.
You are all so incredible, like superheroes in there. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
How is this possible?
So this is Valerie now. I don't know what you want to call her. I'm just gonna call her Overpowered Valerie, because frankly, that's what she is. She's stronger than she's ever been, and it costs less to be this strong than it just. She's like a little Inferno machine. She's like an Apocalypse, except she's like, you know, cute and nerdy. So, let me know what you guys think of this build. If you're playing as Valerie, take it easy on the mastermind. And if you're a mastermind, just try to bite Valerie, I guess, or do something. Try to make it so she can't play the video game, because if you let her play the game, she's going to destroy you. So, good luck, masterminds. Here's Valerie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We stream every single night, twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. Links in the description. I would love to see you over there while we continually figure out all these ridiculous things. Chat, you want to know another ridiculous thing we figured out? They also buffed camera damage, so January's more ridiculous than she's ever been, and I'm going to make a video about how ridiculous January is. But if Valerie ain't enough to deal with, guess what? You got Jan the monster blumping around too. So thank you guys for being here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. And then I'll see you in the next video that we do around here.